Welcome to Fuck Your Feelings, the greatest podcast that ever exists. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the clips, share the episodes. Man, we got a phenomenal episode today. I feel good about this one. I really do. Sometimes I feel a little shaky, but not today. We got Malik S.
Yes, sir.
What the S stand for? Don't
Sexy.
worry. Sexy. Oh, do it really? Is that a middle name or last name?
No, that's my last name.
Okay. Yeah. Not proud of it. Goddamn. We got a backstory. Yeah. That nigga that wasn't around, your dad. Yeah. We got, my bad, Jonnae Thompson. Get a
hurt me in my head.
Jesus, that's how we started, huh?
That kicked you in your chest hard as
shit. In the intro, though.
Fuck your feelings.
Right. I'm like, this, I guess that's what it is, huh? You all right?
My bad.
I mean, I will be.
Hey, look. Now I know why these shits be touchy.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. Be instigating shit. We got Jonnae Thompson.
What's up, y'all? Thank you for having me. This is such a great group of just black kings. You know, give it up for yourselves out here moisturized and, working and, just living life.
Gary O'Neal.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Yeah, man. The one and only. Yeah. Man, let's get into it. This is a great episode, man. Because Marlon Wayans just put out a special. Chris Rock just put out a special.
Yes.
Did y'all see him? Did y'all watch it?
Yes.
I haven't got to see Marlon's yet, but I did see Chris Rock's.
Thoughts?
You know what? It felt good to see him talking shit. Get the shit off his chest. I think we've all kind of been wondering how did you really feel about that? He was quiet for so long. I do feel like there were some parts where I knew I'm like, okay, this is going to be problematic, But I also I remember growing up in that era of the 90s comedy, like that uncle type comedy where it's like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like they still may say the R word every now and again.
What's the R word?
Retard.
It's a trap.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, ooh, you can't say that no more. You know what I mean? There were some parts very much that energy for me where I'm like, okay, this may come up, but overall, I like to see the legend still work and give that level of vulnerability of well, this is where I'm at in my life now, versus still holding on to this that prime, where it's I'm sure something has happened since then. So it was kind of good to see, filling in some of those gaps of okay, what's been going on since the last couple of specials.
Yeah. Malik, you seen it?
I saw it. I thought it was solid.
So this is what I was going to bring up about Malik. I've been at shows with Malik.
Uh-huh.
Malik, I be wondering, Malik, it's hard to make Malik laugh.
I laugh. It don't be out loud, but
that's fair.
It's when you've been doing it for so long, sometimes you can already see where the joke is going. It's still funny, but there's not that element of surprise, so then it's not an out loud laughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just oh, that was funny. You know what I'm saying? I know it's weird because comics, we be like, oh, that was funny, but you ain't laughed.
Yeah.
But it was funny though.
Who's made you laugh? Who make you audibly laugh?
I mean, everybody makes me. I just saw one of your clips. It was I think it was some crowd work he was doing, and it was, made me laugh.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, to me, I think I could find anything from any comedian and laugh at something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them people oh, dude, just ain't funny the whole time.
Right.
Come on, damn, he ain't have one joke. Come on, dog.
Because I done been at shows with Malik. We been at big people shows. And I'm Malik. I see Malik, and I'm looking out of the corner of my eye. He just and I'm like, damn,
gotta earn these
You know what?
I was like, that ain't hit. That ain't hit you either. All right.
Now, you know what I've learned about seeing Malik out? That's him. That's him. He's very
stern face.
Yeah, very stern face. Nothing wrong with it, but I think that's just him.
Right. So did you see the Chris Rock special?
Yeah, I did.
What you thought?
I was happy to see him go back up again. Pretty much like what everybody else said. I mean, you could tell that there was, and I'm not at the position to harshly critique him, but there were a couple of times where you saw that he was a little rusty because he talked about he was telling a joke and he fucked up the joke and he let people know that he fucked up on the joke.
I knew he fucked it up when he said it.
Yeah.
Because when he said emancipation, I was like, emancipation wasn't out the first time he hosted or when he hosted the Oscars when Jada Pinkett was boycotting. So I saw, you know.
It was live.
It was live.
So, I mean, that part. You got to give him a little grace.
Now, this is what I was thinking when he did say the B word. Not towards Will Smith, but when he said it about Jada, I was like, ooh. I was like, somebody go get in their feelings.
And that's what I think a lot of people kind of like feeling like that wasn't warranted towards Jada. You know?
Oh, it was warranted.
Yeah, because I'm like,
that's how people feel it.
Yeah, he's speaking his feelings, so,
right?
You know, because nobody felt.
I know. So this is why I'm glad we got Jonnae here because I know you've been in situations because there was a clip even with Donnell Rawlings when he was saying the B word, in a room full of black women, and you had to be like, nah, cut the shit.
Yeah.
You know, so how did you feel when you seen Chris Rock do it? And what was your feelings on the Donnell situation?
Well, okay, so that's fair. And we've never talked about this one before, but let's start with the Jada situation. That's not the first time I've heard Jada referenced as a bitch. You know, I've heard it, but I think it was kind of just weird coming from Chris Rock. Like, we're not used to, you know, seeing that from him. So I think that was the only, like, if any other comedian said it, I think it would have went different. Same with the G.I. Jane joke. I think just because it was him is where it gets weird. But you know what I mean? Like, in general, like, it's to be expected in those spaces. Like, you're gonna talk about the crowd. You're gonna talk about Hollywood, and it's a safe space to do that. Well, you know?
Let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
Do you think that it would have gotten the same response had it been from a white comic?
What do you mean?
The G.I. Jane reference.
Oh, if a white comic said that
about Jada, it would have turned into a more of a racial thing, I think. Truly.
I think it would just been a joke.
It would have been swept under the rug completely.
I think it would have just been a joke.
Yeah.
And there would have been no slap.
Yeah.
It would have been nothing.
Yeah, if Ricky Gervais would have said that joke, I don't think Will Smith would have.
Will wouldn't have slapped
him. But no, it would have strictly been a G.I. Jane reference, and that's it.
Yeah. That's it.
And then, so the Donnell situation. So with that was more of a, have you ever been in a situation where whether it was you as a comedian or witnessing another comedian where it's like, ooh, it's no longer about the jokes. It's no longer funny. This is now uncomfortable. Energy, right? But for me, I wasn't just like this feminist trying to stand up. It was a show I was producing. It was a show that Donnell was not booked on, and I'm the type of producer that I'm gonna honor who I booked. Everybody don't work like that, but for me, I've done shows enough, and I know what it feels like to get bumped because a bigger name came in the room, and I know what it's like to have to follow. There's certain comedians too that's like they're gonna do more like 40 minutes, even though you told them you can do maybe about 10, but we got, you know, it's time and place. So time and place. The comedian who was booked, she is also a mother, had a babysitter, things of this nature. I'm taking all of these things into consideration. So I'm going to honor your spot. So he was already disappointed that I didn't put him up immediately. Already told me, like, you don't know how to run a show, all these things. Was already being disrespectful towards me. And the women of the women who worked at the venue, just kind of this energy of like, do you know who I am? And they didn't know who he was. So there was already that level of like ego had entered the equation. And I'm still the type that's like, let's keep it going, be professional. We'll deal with that later.
Right. You're a sweetheart.
I really try to be.
Yeah.
And the other comedians, I let them know there were 3 other comedians, and I'm like, listen, Donnell's here, wants to do a guest spot. Are y'all, let me check in with y'all. How's everybody's time? You feel me? And some of the comedians were just like, I don't want to have to follow him. Just did a show with him last week. He did the same thing. And it just was like, by the time
when they said he did the same thing, were they referring to jokes or running the light?
Same thing is like, fuck all you. Basically, had already told all the comedians, fuck y'all. Like, I'm going up. Okay. Not even knowing who showed it. Just walked in, going straight up there like, this is what it is, you know, type of thing. And it's like, you know, and they had already experienced that. And that energy was already present. So by the time this comedian, the female comedian, she was trying to leave out of the building, and he basically called her out, like, had already called her out, and she just was like, you know, look, I don't care who you are.
So wait a minute, she was already on stage?
She had already did her set. Now she's trying to leave, but he's on.
He's on stage.
He's on stage.
Gotcha.
She has to walk down the stairs, but she didn't necessarily want to walk, you know? She was trying to be respectful. So
she put the church finger up.
I think she was standing there, and then basically he was like, called her out, like, what are you doing, type of thing. She was like, I'm trying to leave. And he's like, well, just leave. And she, you know, they kind of went back and forth for a minute. And once he started calling her a bitch and stuff, like, and it was like, dude, you're not doing jokes no more. Now it's just y'all going back and forth. This is awkward. Like, intermission, my nigga. Like, this is not the space for that. It's not. Yeah. It's a Black woman-owned space. You've already been just disrespectful off top. Yeah. So I'm not the type that's like, I'm not an ego stroker. I'm not, you know, like, and that's probably why it's taken me a little longer in my journey. Like, I'm just not. Like, I'm going to treat you how I would treat anybody else who behaved in this type of energy.
Right.
So,
you know, it's so crazy. So I didn't put Donnell up quick one night a long time ago. Like, someone asked me, I forgot, it was somebody else's room, and for whatever reason they had to leave or something, so they was like, Justin, can you take over for the night? It might have been Ronnie Warner's spot or something. I don't know, but it was somebody's room. And so Donnell came in, and I had all, and at that point, I'm on like young comedian shit. Like, I'm getting all the young comics up. You know what I'm saying? I probably was out here for maybe 2 or 3 years. And he had to wait a little bit, and he might have left. I'm not sure if he even stuck around, because I was like, yo, I'm gonna put up these 2 people first, and then I'm gonna put you up. But then after I reflected, I was like, maybe I should have put him up. You know, I was like, he has put in the work. He done been around longer, you know, and maybe out of like respect to his contribution to comedy and what he's done, that I probably should have gave him that grace and been like, go ahead and go. You know, how y'all feel about that though? Dude, I mean, Malik, how you feel about it? Because I know you tour with bigger names and stuff like that, and you also a name in the comedy game.
About what?
Just about, like, do you feel like, let's say a comedian walk in, he should be able to bump the comedians, or like, if you was in that position, would you throw them up, or would you have been like, no, wait until a couple other comics?
Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, to me, I think it's all about
talk a little closer.
I think it's all about relationships. Mm-hmm. You know, if you come in and you cool about it, then sure. And also, if you're gonna add value to the show,
absolutely,
not just because you've been doing it longer.
Absolutely.
Like, to me, it's like, okay, you've been doing it longer, but are people gonna be like, oh shit, blah 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 just came up in this thing? You know what I'm saying? If it's not that, then, you know what I'm saying? Then to me, then that, like, if I don't know somebody, let's say I know Chappelle, but I don't know Chappelle. Mm-hmm. So if he walking in my room and he wants to go up, then yeah, I gotta let him go up, because again, it's good for the room.
It's Chappelle too, though.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's good for value. Business.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's put in the work. Mm-hmm. It's all that. But if it's a comedian I don't know who has been, let's just say I didn't know Chris Spencer, mm-hmm. but I know of Chris Spencer. But if he comes in respectfully and be like, yo, I just want to do some time, I got to get out of here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to put you up quick because you Chris Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
coming in respectfully is something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But if even if you disrespectful, I ain't going to care. But if you come in on some, hey, man, I go up, you know what I'm saying? I got to get out of here, and I don't have a relationship with you. But if you Chappelle, you Jay Leno, all right, you going right up.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's good for my room. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to keep doing this weekly, monthly, whatever, now people like, you don't know who might show up to Malik's spot. Mm. So it's good for business. Mm. So sometimes you got to take yourself out of it and think about the bigger picture. Be like, well, if I'm going to be doing this every week or twice a month, and Chappelle pop up, they going to tell hey, Chappelle was at that show. You don't know who gonna be there. So you can use it as a marketing tool. So sometimes you gotta take your ego out of it. You gotta just eat it because it'll benefit you in the long run. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
My bad. Go for it, Gary.
I had a situation where I was what was that? I was at the Ha Ha Cafe, the new one, and Damon Wayans had popped in, and I was actually getting ready to go up next. So Terry was like, "Yo, I gotta bump you," and then Damon was like, "You know what? Let him go ahead and do his time." And I was like, "No, if you want to go ahead and do your thing, do your thing." He was like, "Nah, you were here, and you were waiting, so go ahead and do your thing." And he allowed me to go up. But again, like Malik and Jonnae touched on, it's definitely about who it is and how they approach the situation. Because quite naturally, with anything that you do, if you're not professional, nobody's gonna maybe not take you serious, but it's a matter of respect. Nobody's gonna respect you if you come in acting like an asshole.
Shout out to Damon Wayans because he's the first comedian that ever bumped me, and that nigga did not say, Justin, you can go. He definitely, and it was at the Ha Ha. He definitely went up and did that. You know what I was thinking too?
Oh, and I crushed, by the way.
Hey, shout out to that. So I be thinking about that sometimes when I be at some of these comedy clubs and I'm killing. And no, I'm really smashing. I'm really fucking putting in that work on some nights, right? And I'm like, y'all rushing. You giving me like literally 6-7 minutes, and it's like, yo, I'm making your show better. Like I'm making your show better. I'm the one that they're gonna say, yo, this dude tonight killed it. Y'all should come check this show out next week. I was on the show with Jonnae the other day. They gave you what, 6 minutes, 7 minutes?
I think it was about 7.
Come on. Yeah. She was killing.
Right.
So it's like you rushing a killer off stage, but the killer is only gonna help your show because people are gonna be like, damn, that chick Jonnae, she was killing. So I be wondering about like why y'all rushing the killers off the stage.
The problem is because we live in almost like a cult-like society now. So people don't, even though you're killing, both of y'all killing, they still want to see a known face. Like they rather see you're killing and that's great, but they still rather see a known face that's doing okay.
Yeah,
and
but
that's the problem.
Even in this situation, I kind of got off track a little bit. So I wasn't even talking about like a more known face coming in. I'm saying if we all amongst like equal.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, at that point, then you got to think about how long is the show.
Yeah.
If you want to get as many people as, if she's killing, that's great. But you can't let her do 20 and it's 5 other comics.
That's true.
So you have to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck that show.
We live in a city where that's just
you got to kill in your 6 minutes, nigga. That's what you got.
We live in that city where it's like on average, you about to get 10.
You getting 10 to 12.
10 to 12.
Yeah.
20 if you're lucky. If you get 20.
If you that dude.
Long Beach.
You got to go to Bakersfield, Lancaster, Lancaster.
I get 20 here. I get 20, but again, like you said, I put in the work.
Yeah.
I've earned that 20.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So to no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if I'm on the show, you funny as hell, but nah, I'm gonna do more than Jonnae. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's fair. That's definitely fair.
She gonna kill in her 10.
And I'm a backtrack. Malik said if an unknown face, nigga, I'm a known face out here. These goddamn shit.
I'm good. I'm just saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a barely known face. That's what I am.
They know you, Justin.
Barely.
They know you.
I'm snap your finger famous, like Jamie Foxx say. I'm snap your finger famous. Yeah.
But it's a. And I think sometimes what happens is because of the instant gratification and instant fame of social media, a lot of people forget about respect and honor and putting in work. They forget about, like, that doesn't exist anymore in the world. Right. It's kind of like you go from to dude at a job to, I'm a headliner. You know what I'm saying? It's like people forgot about work and respect and you know what I'm saying, building. So I think that gets lost a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
Hey, this was the last thing I was gonna mention about the Jada, like Chris calling her the B word. When you're a comedian, the more disrespectful you are, the funnier. When it's in joke mode, right? There's only so much empathy you can have if you're a comedian. Because my whole theory is, every comedian is an asshole. Like even Ellen DeGeneres, which is actually came out reportedly that she was an asshole to everybody.
I've heard that.
Yeah. But even with her jokes, she's still being an asshole. You know, it's just a nice way of being. But you have to put down something. Something bad has to happen to you or someone, or you have to say something bad about something. You see what I'm saying? For the joke to hit.
That was. I felt like that was just a raw emotion. It was a raw emotion that came, and he's been holding it back for so long that he finally got to speak his piece,
right?
And it just came out the way it came out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you take away the slap, I think if you take away the slap never happened, and he said bitch, people would have received it different.
Absolutely,
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's because we know it's coming from a personal place, so it's hard for some people to see it as a joke because they know, like, nah, this is coming from a real place. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. Like we from Florida.
Straight up.
Like, and I know you had a thing about the bitch, and I'm like, in Florida, like, bitch is just like, it's like bitch.
It's like whatever.
Yeah, it's not like, even if I was like, man, this bitch tripping. Right. I don't mean like you're a bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near like a noun. You know, like bitch is a noun in Florida. Like we say bitch just, and it's probably wrong. I'm not saying it's right, but I know the intent is not me saying you're an actual bitch. It's like anything can be a bitch in Florida. Like you go to a drive-through, like, man, this bitch long as hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we in that generation where like, bitch is definitely.
It's like a noun.
It's like, yeah.
Bitch could be a verb. It could be a noun.
Well, I gotta look up what a noun and a verb is because I
noun
am
is a person, place, or a thing.
You know, what's so funny. That's the only one. So I am literally a phenomenal writer.
Right.
I'm just digging myself up.
Yes.
Right.
I'm a really good writer. Noun is the only thing that I actually know.
You don't know
Adverb, adjective. I don't know none of that. I think I mean this shit.
You know adjectives.
I'm not bullshit.
Adjectives is easy.
Nope.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. Okay, there you go. It's a description.
Yeah.
Got it. Noun, person, place, a thing. Noun is the only one I really knew. This is what I think happened for real. I had perfect attendance. I'm not bullshit when I say this. 3rd grade, I missed the day because I was sick, and I think that was the day that they taught adverbs and adjectives. And but till this day, I never went back and learned. They never gave me a catch-up exam.
Right.
And I don't know that shit.
You know it. You know it. You're not thinking about it.
But I know where a period's supposed to go, a comma.
See, that's what I don't know.
I know all that shit.
I bet you don't know where a semicolon goes.
Yes, I do.
Where?
It's after a sentence that technically a new sentence could begin, but you're taking a pause.
That's a comma.
That's also a semicolon.
Semicolon is for a series of things, usually.
Yeah.
Like if you do a list.
Yeah, if it's a list, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it's for, not just because of a regular sentence.
Well, I mean, you're taking a pause.
Y'all know. Y'all know.
But I could be wrong too, though. So don't quote me.
This nigga just said he didn't know nothing.
No, because I know somebody gonna look it up. That nigga ain't right. That ain't hot. Because
actually,
that's why I kept my mouth shut. I was like, you know what? I do not like them.
Not getting involved.
Speaking of writing, that's the perfect segue to Malik, man. Malik is a writer on The Neighborhood, bro.
Yeah.
How did that come about? With Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's how it came
And
about.
I want everybody to know at CBS, this nigga don't know what an adverb.
Don't do it.
First of all, I know what it is. He don't know what it is.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Hey, but you know, that's the thing. People on the outside looking in, they hear writing and they think it's like writing a book or writing an essay or writing it's not that. You know what I mean? So, and also you're not doing it by yourself. You know what I mean? So, but
how'd you get the gig? Because you used to open for Ced.
I was opening for Ced. This was years ago on another TV show. He had got this TV show on TV Land. I was living in Miami still on the road with him. And then he just called me. He's like, yo, I got this TV show. I want you to come, be in the writer's room. Back then, I'm a pure comic living in Miami. Like, writer's room? I'm like, that sounds like a job. He's like, yeah, they work Monday through Friday. I was like, hell no. Trying to give me a job, bro? Like, I don't want no job. You crazy? And then he was like, it paid this much. I was like, well, I could try it. You know what I mean? I guess I can look at it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, that's easily what, 7,000 to 15,000
I flew up here.
For an episode?
I flew up here.
See how you just
sat
said
down. Yeah, we don't get past that.
I'm like, what was your starting rate?
Flew up here.
What was your starting rate? What's the starting rate?
Nah, starting rate, you can look it up. That's public the information.
Well,
you go
good.
to
What is it?
right,
You don't feel like Googling.
I don't know what it is right now. I don't know what it is.
Hey, Lee, look out the starting rate for. I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, you can look that up.
We go find out today. Starting rate.
Here's the thing. I didn't know anything about writing though. Not a damn thing, dude. I didn't know anything. But I went in that room. I kept my mouth shut, kept my head down, and my eyes open, and my ears open, and I learned, and I learned, and I learned, and that's how it happened.
Damn.
You know, like,
because you're a producer on the show now, though.
Yeah.
So you went from being a writer to a producer.
It's the same thing. Brother. It's just different job. It's the same thing. It's just steps.
Pay increase?
It's just steps, but it
ain't the same.
We all writers. It's all writers.
There's nothing lateral about that movie.
But it's
so humble.
It's all the same though. It's not like it's. You know, you're a writing producer. They have non-writing producers. You're just a writing producer, but it's all writers. You know what I'm saying? I do the same job as a dude who just at the bottom. We same job.
Okay.
You just got more responsibility, and your word carries more weight, but still writing. You know what I mean? But
respect.
That's how I started. You know what I mean? That's how I got into it.
How you started opening for Ced? Cause you was opening for DL too, wasn't you?
I was opening for DL.
We did a show in Tampa together. Well, we did a show in Tampa together. When I mean everybody bombed except Malik. I know. I did a guess why. Tampa's a hard audience. Tampa's a weird audience.
Yeah, they like Miami, North Miami. They the north of Miami in Florida.
Yeah, they're a little odd.
And Orlando's a piece of cake.
Orlando's a piece of cake.
Nice people.
It's completely different. Orlando is, if you ever tape a special, Jacksonville, Orlando, those cities are
they
fine.
Show love.
Okay.
But Tampa, Miami, I don't understand what the fuck happens where we don't laugh. Like, we don't give up the laughs easy in that area.
Y'all earn those laughs, man. Yeah. But I was working with DL. I still remember because it was in Cleveland at the Improv. And Ced happened to be in town doing some benefit for LeBron. So he was like, DL, I guess they talked, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pull up on you." So he came to see DL. He happened to walk in the club. I'm on stage, I'm doing my thing. So they go in the green. He go in the green room. I get off stage, you know. We all backstage, and he's like, "Damn, dude, you know." This was funny though. These two dudes talking about me like I'm not there. Like, man, your opener funny as hell. You think I could use him? I'm like, hey, man, I'm right. Like, I'm a grown ass man, dog. Like, first of all, I ain't say I wanted to do it, but yeah, I do though. But I'm just saying, don't assume I just want to do it. But they was talking. They was like, yeah. DL was like, yeah, I don't care, man, whatever. And then he ended up coming to Miami to do a show. I went up there to say hi. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to him, and I gave him a couple of joke ideas or whatever.
I gave some tags.
Yeah, and he was like, he went on stage and did them. He was like, damn, that was funny as hell, dude. So you be writing? I was like, yeah. And then he left. That was like in July, I remember. Then in December, I get a call from his road manager. It's like, yo, we doing these 2 shows, blah, blah, blah. You want to do it? I'm like, yeah. Like, we're going to pay you this. I was like, shit.
What was the starting rate?
It was good. It was good. It was enough to get these cameras. You know what
I got a lot of cameras.
Yeah, he got a lot of cameras.
It's nuts.
So then we started doing that. Started going on the road with him. And then, so when the show came, that's when he was like, I think this dude probably could be a good writer. Yeah. Like, he seen it. I didn't see it. He saw it in me that I didn't.
It'd be like, have y'all ever had that experience where somebody saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What was it?
My acting abilities. My comedy is shit right now. But it's going to get better.
Well, good. At least you're honest.
Yeah. That's where it starts, right?
It starts with self-awareness, which most people lack.
I honestly, just even getting into stand-up, I did a competition on a whim. And the guy who was hosting was like, "You're funny. I book at the Comedy Store." Like, that's a real place. Like, everybody.
So you started in L.A.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
So did I.
You started out here
for the most part. So the first time I ever got on stage was in Atlanta when I was in college, but I only got up a few times. It was like, let's say like 10 times. Right. You know, in 4 years.
Right.
So, you see what I'm saying? So that's why I tell people I started, in LA. But I mean, but technically, like me, Carlos Miller and Drew, Ron G, like, I used to see them guys around when I first started, but it wasn't until I moved out here that I was like, I didn't know you had to perform every day. You know what I'm saying?
You thought you could do it once a year? I'm a comedian.
That's what I thought. For real. That's what I thought. So why did you sign up for the competition?
It was my homegirls were basically like, she's funny. Like, the day of the competition, the producers were like, there's no females on this show. Is anybody on your campus funny that's a female? And they were like, her. So
that reminds me, Jonnae asked me, you went to Northridge?
Yeah.
Jonnae asked me to do a show at her college one time, and I did the show. I did okay. That was okay. But I was cussing and shit like that. And somebody wrote a review that was like, everybody was funny, but the Justin Hires guy and his language. Like, man, fuck that bitch. Whoever it was.
Yeah, man. I would tell comedians, don't hold back. Like, I really wanted to treat it like a comedy club. I wanted it to feel like the Belly Room. I wanted it to feel, so I always did it somewhere kind of underground, a games room, an arcade, a pub, like, just so the comedians could feel like not this weird big theater, like, like I may get canceled energy that sometimes college gigs give.
It's so funny. You've always been funny though, Jonnae. And Malik, I've never seen you do bad. I've only seen, how long you been doing stand up?
20. What year is it?
Wow.
2023.
23.
You old ass nigga.
23.
23 years.
Because I started, it's always easy for me to remember because I started February 2000.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So,
That's very easy.
Okay, so I saw you was already at least probably 10 years in when I probably first started seeing you.
Dude, the way I started comedy was crazy, though.
How you started?
People don't even, how most people be like, oh, I always knew I was going to be a comedian. I ain't know that. I ain't know I was going to be. I wanted to be a firefighter.
Oh,
that was my dream.
I just heard
job.
Carlos Miller was a firefighter, and I didn't know that. But
really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wanted to be a firefighter. The way I started comedy, me and my boy, the Kings of Comedy came to Miami. This one, it was Guy Torrey, Sid, Bernie, and Steve.
Wow.
We go down there to the arena, just to look at girls or whatever. We ain't had no tickets, but it was a guy selling tickets.
Hey, man.
It was a guy selling tickets.
The let out.
Yeah, it was thick. It was thick. We got there before it got out. It was nice out there. So this guy had like tickets. It was like $20. Like, let's go in. Mind you, I don't know nothing about comedy. I didn't even know you could do comedy for a living. I only seen comedy on TV. So I thought people just did comedy on TV. I didn't know there was an actual comedy club and people go to I was like, what? That's a thing? So we go in there, show going good, Bernie kill, Sid kill, energy crazy.
Who killed the hardest that night?
I can't. It probably was Sid. I can't remember.
I heard Sid said he was actually the headliner.
Well, Sid was closing most of them. Yeah, on the movie, they edited it that Bernie closed, but Sid was really the one closing the King.
That's crazy. A lot of people don't know that.
People don't know that because
if
you just saw the movie, you think, but the edit. But that night, Steve was doing his thing. It's it's just sometimes the energies just go way too high, and Steve, it wasn't the same energy. He was doing his thing. Steve, he's a legend. And my boy was just kind of like, you was just as funny as him. And I was like, nah. He was like, man, you could do that. I was like, nah. He was like, man, look, I'm thinking about going to the military. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm going to go to the Army.
That's what you were saying?
No, that's what my boy is saying.
Okay, gotcha.
My boy telling me I should try it.
Gotcha.
And that he's about, Steve performing while this whole conversation
y'all niggas not paying attention.
No, at this point,
disrespectful motherfuckers.
No, at this point, we trying to get our life in order. So he gonna go to the military to play football because he used to play football in high school. He messed up his grades. He couldn't play his senior year. So I was like, damn, you serious? Like, yeah, man, we ain't doing nothing. I was like, damn. I was like, all right, well, if you really join the military, I'm gonna try it.
Wow.
That dude get out the Army in 14 months, 23 years served. In 14 months, he'll been did 23 years in the military.
Nice.
Wow.
And then I'm doing comedy.
Wow.
From that night, we both was like, because I told him, if you sign up for real, then I'm going to sign up for real. He signed up. I was like, damn, now I got to go down to the Improv.
Man.
And that's how I started.
You never know how the universe is working, bro.
And then to end up working with
real.
Sid and DL later, like a few short years later after I started. Like 3 years into doing comedy, I was touring with DL.
Wow.
He saw you at the Improv?
He saw me. We happened to be booked at FIU Homecoming.
Wow.
And, the school booked him, and they let a local promoter book the MC, which was me. So I went out there to MC, and, he walked in, and he was just like, damn, who out there? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hearing, So he was, after the show, he was like, hey, man, you pretty funny, man. Like, you know what you're doing? I was like, no, you want to do a couple days? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to do a couple days.
Right?
And that's how I started working with Steve.
Nice.
When y'all knew y'all was funny? When doing stand-up? Like, what year? Or was it a particular set when you was like, oh, okay, I think I got something?
I think for me, it was like my 5th or 6th year in when I felt comfortable enough to start inviting people out.
Damn. Took you 6 years?
No. I'm talking about people that could change my life.
I feel you.
So, I bought the big homie and a couple of other people. They came out and saw it, and they was like, and like, they're very harsh. They're very brutally honest, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I got up, did my set. I did 10 minutes. I'm not going to say I murdered, but I did good enough for them to be like, yo, you need to keep doing this.
Yeah.
This shit's pretty good.
Yeah. What about y'all? What about you, Jonnae?
I want to say I knew I had something the first time I did stand up.
Hey, some people
I
be
knew
like
I had
that.
something.
Yeah.
Kanye in this mug.
Who did I just tell you I was?
Something. And then I would say when I knew I was funny was when I would start to run into like comedians that I grew up watching and like getting their accolades, like the Chris Spencers,
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for him to be like, not just you're funny, but you're a writer and these things like to, and introduce me to other people like that. You're 2 or
That's
3
Chris
in,
for you.
where I'm like, oh wow, I want to say when I really for myself knew, because I'm like, okay, it's one thing to make other people laugh, but I want to say it's hardest for me to make myself laugh. It'd be times like, bitch, you're not funny. Like, like it just, where it's like, funny, but like to really make myself laugh. I want to say it was when I took the artist stand up with David Arnold and like to have this weekly feedback, this like going in there with one, I would say like I felt like I was like working with the same material in this space for like 3 years, and it was like kind of like this plateau feeling of like, okay, I feel like there's something else. Tapping into like finding my voice. Like it's different when like, okay, I'm finding my actual, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like even as a singer and things like that, it's like it's one thing to do a cover. You may sound good, but you can tell when an artist starts to find their own unique voice.
Yeah, it sounds.
It's like your nuts dropping or something,
I heard Chris Rock say basically like, if you want to go to the next level, you go have to write new jokes.
Pretty
Always.
much.
You know what I'm saying?
I just recently felt funny.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm just telling you, like, I just...
This one I just want to sock somebody.
It's like,
No, because to me, it's like, okay, you can have a couple good shows, but when other, like, it's weird you say, like, when Chris Spencer, when Justin, when everybody start telling me, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, all right, cool. Because, of course, you're going to think you're funny. So I won't count myself. You know what I'm saying? But when it started coming around that my name is being mentioned when I'm not there, that's when I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, then, yeah. And also when I started taking chances. Because I know certain jokes I can always do and get a laugh. But when I started saying how I really feel about certain things, like about Christianity and getting a laugh off of it.
Yeah.
When I start, that's when I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm funny. Because I'm talking about real stuff and I'm making it funny where I can always do a joke.
Yeah.
But when you let your real self out and get
Yeah.
jokes,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's
what
when you
I'm
know
on.
you're funny. You know, so I just started arriving at that place to be like, man, I don't care about how y'all feel.
Straight up.
This is how I feel.
That's all I'm talking about now. I'm talking about touchy stuff. I'm talking about stuff I know people go be in their feelings about. I'm talking about taboo shit. It's like, man,
we need that though. Comedy needs that again.
But to me, that's when you're funny. Because anybody can do the little safe set and just, you know what I'm saying?
See, that be my thing. I be trying not to hate on certain comics, but I be seeing some comics kill, but I'm like, you just talking about like the easy shit. You know the crazy thing
they
about
scared of the challenge.
Well, you know,
you ever see
the comic that killed doing, I remember, and then you did this. I'm like, wait, but you killing, but that stuff I think anybody can go back to town, and then your mama will get the switch and then beat you, and then you couldn't go outside, and you better close that screen door, and you better be in here for. I'm like, but that's like
you had to be home before the street lights. Now what kills me is
I'm
that
like,
the audience be laughing though. That's what fucks me up. I'll be like, y'all ain't heard this shit on Comic View in '94.
Right.
Why the fuck are y'all laughing?
Forget Comic View. You ain't heard that at your family reunion.
Straight up.
Just a regular cousin saying that.
That's hilarious.
That's a fact. I'm gonna tell you when I realized it. When I asked y'all that question, I was like, do I even have a moment when I realized it? But this is mine. My definitive moment was they was doing their anniversary show at Crack 'em Up Thursdays, and Tony Rock performed, Chris Spencer performed. It was some heaters on that lineup, and I had to go up after them, and I killed.
Yes.
That had to feel good.
Ooh, it did. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
You was Kanye for about 2 weeks.
I was in my mind because I said, don't relinquish your crown. I told myself, I said, don't relinquish your crown too soon. Right. Because in my mind, I was like, all these other people funnier than me, and I got to go up after them. And then I went up, and I smashed. And okay, I'm trying to be humble as possible. But it gave me that confidence to be like, you need that sometimes.
But I'm going to tell you one thing, dude. I know I'm funny, but it's one dude, if I don't have to follow him, I'm not.
Who?
Tony Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
If I don't have to, if I don't have to, I go up first. I got something to do.
Who the hardest person y'all had to follow?
Tony Roberts.
Tony Roberts for you.
Okay. I want to say it was Chris Tucker.
Oh yeah.
And it was for me. It was
For
like, and I was only
which Chris?
Right. It was
skinny Chris, a grown man Chris.
He was thick.
Thick Chris.
Yeah, he was thick.
Okay. Christian Chris.
Yeah.
It was the first time I had ever had to follow. So it was just But
I
ended up. I held my own.
It could be scary.
But I want to say that was that.
That's a big name.
Yeah.
That'll mess with you mentally just cause.
I was
you
like,
know what I'm saying?
Chris Tucker, I just was like, they gonna be just talking about him the whole time I was stage.
Like trying to.
That's tough.
But that was cool.
Who? What about you, Gary?
Some white boy, I don't know.
He just murdered.
Some white boy.
But this was in Vegas. I ain't even gonna lie. It was a little small show, but I was headlining and the feature came up. What's his name? Stephen Briggs.
Okay.
Stephen Briggs is a talented motherfucker, man.
He like wherever you are.
Yeah.
Stephen.
But Stephen Briggs came up. And I had at least about 40 people come to see me, and he murdered that shit. And they put me up, and the fucking energy left the room, and I'm sitting in that motherfucker like, ugh. And then everybody was like, you might need to go do some open mics. But it didn't hurt, because it was true.
Hey, man.
It ain't hurt.
I'm going to tell you, sometimes not even following, if they just in the building,
yes.
it messes the energy up. Like if you performing and Kevin just walk in, it's over for you.
Yeah.
Because everybody like this.
Yeah.
That's Kevin right there. They ain't even listening to you no more. They just.
You like, can you get a little shorter? I need you to stand behind somebody. I don't want nobody to see you.
If they walk in and then sit somewhere where everybody can see them, that attention gone, man.
Speaking of short, my person was Brad Williams. I don't know if he's a little
wow.
short Brad Williams. Little man.
Wow.
Brad, I did Supernova one night. Man, this dude killed. And I had to go, and I mean, you know, I'm in my, okay, I was seeing him kill. I was like, he killing, but I was like, I'll be fine. I'll be okay. I know what jokes I'm going to do. I got this. When I tell you it was Struggle Fest 99 on that stage.
You didn't have it? You didn't have it?
I kept swinging. I was like, ain't none of this shit working. Ain't none of this shit. I ain't connected with nobody.
Humble your ass.
Oh, that stage will keep you humble. That stage will keep you humble.
I got humble like that when I was cocky, doing it for about a year. I'm in Miami. I'm that nigga though. I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? I perform at my college as I'm still going there.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is where I messed up though. I'm doing good.
Okay.
I don't know why I decided to just pick on this dude right there for no reason. Man, dude was killing my ass. He was a roaster. He was like,
I picked the wrong one.
Dude, he was all I could do is be like, you stupid, boy. I try to be his friend. Like, hey, I get up for dude. He funny, boy.
He like, nah, nigga.
Yeah. Man, bruh, dude killed my ass.
That happened to me too at a college.
Never did it again. Never again.
I don't pick on people, bro. Yeah. I'm only a reactionary. So some people search for crowd work. I don't search for crowd work. Like if you bring that in, like I'm about to post a clip today about me getting into it with a dude, but it was reactionary. You know, he yelled out something, and then I was like, hey, well, I'm gonna have to respond.
Right.
You know, but yeah, man. But I've had it happen at a college.
My crowd work is great now. I'm good now. I'm grown, but it was a year in, and I panicked, and he was funny. The crowd was laughing, and I was just like, damn.
But you consistent, bro. Like it's certain comedians that they always have a certain. You will always get a certain level of laughter regardless. No matter what the energy of the room and the crowd is. It's certain comedians that's all. I'm dependent on my energy. I'm dependent on the crowd energy. I could be up, if the crowd energy low and my energy might be low, and if my energy ain't low, I ain't doing my shit the way I want to do it. But that's something about you too, Jonnae. Jonnae is consistent. I've always seen you be consistent in Tyree. Like just from the beginning stages, like, and I'm saying from like I've seen you and Tyree from the beginning stages, and and it's always been like, oh, they always had like a certain level of laughs that they go get, and then anything over that is just kill.
Right.
So it'd be like that.
Yeah,
but I bomb my ass off.
you know what helps me, and I don't know if y'all experience this, but like if I don't hang out in the room before I go up. Like I'll come in and people will tell me like some shit went down when you was at, like it's been whole fights and shit, and I just didn't know because I wasn't in the room.
Right.
So that gives, you know what I mean? I still came in with just a fresh energy. I think sometimes that does. Like it's like we do want to watch, we do want to support, but even if it's like a couple of, just take that time to like reset to just not even know what's happening in there. Like I think.
I agree with that because sometimes I don't like waiting and watching too many comics. Sometimes
man, that's the worst.
Yeah,
watching 4 or 5, like whenever I do spots out here, I try to show up right before.
Yeah. Even if I'm there,
I don't want to watch 5, 6 people, man. Like I just don't want to watch that many people. It's just when you've been doing it this long, like it's cool. Like if it's somebody I enjoy, then okay, but just random people, it's kind of like okay, do your thing. You know what I mean? But I don't need to watch 5, 6 comics. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot.
Yeah. Once
I've
done my set, I'm
out.
ready to laugh.
I'm out.
Oh, well,
I'm
hang
out.
Yeah. It depends. I'm out. I'm out this.
I'm gone, man.
But you got a real job and stuff, so
I just don't. Do. If I did the hangout thing, I probably would be further. But I just don't know how to do the hangout thing.
That's my problem.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't.
So I be out of sight, out of mind. When people think about, like, oh yeah, dude. But because I'm not around like that, people don't think of me up top. You know what I'm saying?
I think in the first 5 or 6 years, I did the hangout thing. But now, like you said, when you get older, like I'm not in the position.
I ain't got that energy though.
Like, I don't.
Dude, it's 11.
I started a podcast. I started a podcast to
Nigga,
do the
I'm sleep
hangout
at
thing.
7.
Y'all want to hang out with me? Bring your ass to the goddamn podcast.
At 11 in the morning, we can hang out.
I'd be bored. I'd be like, it's the only time I'm out the house.
It's like with the Comedy Store. They want you to. I think don't you got to hang out to get on their stage?
They want you to, but
And
I'm
I
like,
just can't do
It
it.
is some places.
Y'all
I
need a
just
lounge.
Can't do that, dog. I can't hang out.
Nope.
If I'm funny, just put me up.
That part.
Why I don't even drink, so why I'm at the bar?
yeah.
Like
I don't drink either. I'm a square.
Yeah,
also-
I'm square. Yeah, I'm
I
a square.
also find like the relatability. Like I can't relate to a lot of other comics. I just can't, and I try.
What you mean? They material or them
No,
as a human
just
being?
them as a person.
Well, you know, all of us are damaged though, so all
I
comics
just can't relate
All
to a lot.
comics
Wait
are
a minute.
damaged.
I think all people, everybody has trauma.
But we worse.
Yeah.
I think comics are worse.
I know way worse motherfuckers than me.
Yeah, I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying as a whole.
Yeah.
If you looked at a whole as an industry, you look at we could look at like truck drivers. We could look at nurses.
You think truck drivers ain't worse than comedians?
But I'm just saying you could look at truck drivers, we could look at nurses, we could look at plumbers. I bet you we just do. As a profession, as a group of people, we terrible.
Yeah.
We hate each other.
Anybody who
Hate
moved
each
to
other.
this
Let's
city,
start there.
it's kind of weird.
You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
like
We all
most of us are outcasts.
we all
wherever
got,
we came from.
First of all, we are a little insane.
Yeah.
To think that I'm finna get up here and make these group of people laugh. That's not normal.
it's dumb.
Something
Yeah.
is wrong with us.
It's
Very
a
much so.
mind fuck.
Something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell these people my secrets.
And they're gonna laugh, I bet you. That's crazy.
That's weird. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's very weird.
We are a different group of people.
Okay, well, from the perspective of the art, yes, I can relate. But as an individual motherfucker, I can't relate to a lot of people that we
Right.
are around. I can't.
Right.
And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I just can't relate to a lot of them.
Well, I'm glad you like me, Gary.
Well, what keeps me balanced is I'm a
think you
regular
do.
person.
Yeah.
I'm a regular person first before I'm like comic is like comedian is like 4th or 5th on my list of what I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father. You know, I'm a son. You know, I'm an ex-husband. You know what I'm saying?
Let's unpack that.
I'm a good person. I'm a good person. And it's like, then I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times people just put that first.
I think you have your priorities in order. That's
You know,
what I think.
a lot of people put that first though.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you can balance
Yeah.
this thing out. You don't have to let it consume you.
Yeah.
Of course, work hard,
Yeah.
put the work in, but like I can't be around comics that's on all day.
I don't like that.
Like, dude, don't be in
But
my
that's what I'm
car
talking
joking
about.
all the damn
Yeah.
time. Like, I don't like
Don't
that.
be like that.
Like, dude, we just ride, dog. Relax. If it happens naturally, we talking, we start laughing, cool. But
Yeah.
don't do your set on me.
That's the worst,
It's
bro.
definitely weird when you can tell somebody.
You know, what I'm
Trying out
saying?
material,
Yeah,
that'd
don't
be
try
the
your
worst.
set on me, dog, because you gonna bomb.
It's weird.
You go by.
You gonna bomb.
Hey, look, just let me out up here.
Yeah, that do be the worst, man. I don't like when comedians. I don't experience like I used to, but comedians definitely used to be like, "Hey, let me run this by you," or they just in conversation and you know they trying to set up a joke because they
Right.
trying to see if it's gonna work
Right.
when they get on stage. And it's like, man, if you don't get that shit out of my face, bro, because it's not authentic. You're not
Right.
having an organic relationship or interaction with somebody. Nobody got time for
Not
that.
unless you just come straight up with it, be like, "Hey, dog, and like I'm trying to work this joke, or you give me a tag." If you honest with me about it, then I know this is what we're doing.
Y'all
You
like-
know what
But
I'm
I
saying?
would say just do it. You know, if you there and you seeing my set, yeah, throw the tag in. But I've never been on it like, yo, what you think about this? Like I
Right.
can't do that.
Talking to the mic, you talking over the mic.
The shit keep going in and out.
Go, I'm listening. Your thing. Do the probably because you playing with the cord. Put it down.
I'm just trying not, because I don't want to have to keep picking it up when this motherfucker go out.
Oh, all right.
So, yeah.
All right.
Get up for the ladies. Get up for the ladies.
It's hot in here.
It get hot in here. It used to be cold in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Today it's a little steamy. It's a little steamy. What y'all? I had another question. Damn, I had a solid ass question. I was about to goddamn. You people,
Yeah.
how you got in that?
Just management called me.
Kenya management.
We got the same management.
There you have it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you the bullshit of Hollywood. I'm gonna tell you the bullshit of Hollywood, bruh. These niggas, I talked about it on my other podcast. I have a complimentary. Is it compliment? Not complimentary. God damn it! I thought I graduated with honors. A companion. I have like a companion podcast to this called In My Feelings, where it's just me, and I'm just talking by myself, right? And I was just talking about how auditioning is such a waste of time in Hollywood, especially when you get to a certain. See, I'm in a weird level right now because I'm not Donald Glover, but I'm not somebody that's gonna do 2 lines on a show either.
Right.
So where I'm at right now, I'm in like the level right before you become Lil Rel. Right. Or the level right before the Gerard Carmichael. Right before
you offer only. You
one
project from offer only.
I'm one and the fucked up thing is I've had offers. But now I don't get the offers. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's exactly correct. That's exactly.
You got to stay working.
You got to stay working.
To keep that offer only going, you got to just take stuff sometimes just to keep that visibility going. You know what I mean?
And he's right. It's a lot of truth to what he's saying. But that's why I bought real estate.
Right. but that part, I respect that because you know what you're willing not to do. Exactly. So I respect that.
Exactly.
You know, you're smart.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
So
you don't know pronouns and adverbs, but you're smart. Yeah.
I know that one. I learned it. Yeah. So this is the point I'm getting to. You people. I got the audition for You People, right? And at this point, it's like I'm rarely auditioning for the shit. This is right after MacGyver. But I said, yo, Kenya Barris, Jonah Hill, I'm auditioning for this. Right. I ain't stupid. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm like, this gonna be a solid ass project. Mm-hmm. Right. On Netflix, I'm auditioning for this. I do my audition. I submit a very good audition. Right. I submit a very good audition. The press comes out. I don't get no callback. Right? No callback. Then I see Sam J on Hot 107 or the Ebro in the morning, right? And she talks about how Kenya Barris personally called all the cast members and offered them their roles in that movie, right? So then I see Malik in the movie. I said, I don't know who this nigga know, but he knows somebody because I highly doubt he auditioned and got that. No disrespect.
Right.
I'm just saying I doubt he auditioned and got that. I felt like that was a relationship-based way he got into that movie. So when I'm hearing Sam J saying this, like, yo, yeah, like, you know, he called the cast members, he called me directly, and I was like, that proved my point, that auditioning is a waste of time. Now, there are some people that sometimes they do legitimate auditions. It is possible. But I feel like they have a certain list of who they want to go out to.
Right.
They probably had a top 5 women. They had a top 5 men for each role, casting. They like, man, if we could get such and such. Yeah. And they go offer it to them motherfuckers first. And if they pass or the contract don't go through, then they're like, oh, God, let's fucking look at these audition tapes and see if we can find somebody.
But I think it's always been like that. That's not new.
Okay.
I don't think that's new.
You're right.
To Hollywood.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When they was calling your ass, you ain't care. You ain't say, open it up to auditions, guys. Open it up to auditions. Don't just give it to me.
But that's true.
Exactly.
And I'm still
fuck your feelings.
And I still want offer only, you fucks.
Yeah. But so it's like when they call it, he's like, hey, Justin, this is perfect for you, buddy. You want to do it? Sure. But I'm pretty sure you ain't be like, you know what, guys, let's just still open it up for auditions and see if I'm still the best guy.
He done jumped over my point. You jumped over my point, goddamn it. I'm going to bring it back to my initial point, goddamn. My initial point is auditioning is a waste of goddamn time.
But I disagree because the way you got to that part where they was offering you shit is because you auditioned before.
That's true.
So it's like, that's not true. You're not hot right now.
Put your word,
you don't like it.
That's true. That's true.
The point is, he's not hot right now. He's not feeling it, guys. But you do have real estate. So you're not a struggling poor actor.
That's very true.
You're just not working.
That's true.
That's all.
True. That's true.
That's all it is.
By choice. Hey, whatever you got to say to make yourself feel better. Right. By choice.
Hey, look, that one went off. No, I'm fucking with you.
No. Fuck
your feelings.
Yeah, but I totally understand what you're saying.
So this is what I was going to say.
From your point of view,
auditioning, there is benefits to audition. People do get discovered. There's a lot of people on TV because of audition. This is a fact.
Everybody auditioned at some point, bro.
Even Rush Hour was because of an audition. But make no mistake, they did offer it to a gang of other people first. Right. And when those deals didn't go through, they then scraped the bottom of the barrel in a rose. Justin Hires. So you should still audition. Is the point.
Don't listen to this motherfucker.
I'm like, that wasn't nowhere near the bottom of the fucking barrel. Hey, look, the bottom of the barrel would have been like, they'd have hired me.
This is the worst advice I've ever heard in my life. Telling an actor, don't you audition. Why the fuck am I ever be an actor?
Smack the casting director in the face.
It's like telling a cook, don't you ever cook anything. Like, what the fuck?
Let me tell y'all what to do. Let me tell y'all.
Auditions do suck, though.
They
suck.
Speak on it, John. They speak on it.
It's the process, though.
This nigga don't even audition for shit. When the last time you auditioned?
Dude, let me tell you something. I audition all the time. I don't even get callbacks.
Oh, well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a hurt fucking feeling, especially when you feel like you did well.
The thing. This is what I do realize I need to take an audition clinic.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know how to audition, but if I get the part, I'm going to kill it. If I'm on set, I'm going to kill it. But my audition, for some reason, I got to learn how to make it seem super real.
And I respect the route that you want to take, but listen, I've been with my talent agency for 18 goddamn years. I've maybe taken one commercial workshop, and I'm just now starting to learn how to book, but it wasn't from the commercial workshop. I think it's just the repetition of going in, being in front of the casting director, not knowing what they want, but just being, true to yourself and just delivering what you have to offer. But like, I can honestly say that I'm just now starting to get hot with shooting commercials. Like, I got 3 now. Nice. 2 of them are out, and 1 of them's coming out.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Shout out to that.
Thank you. But it is, I feel like I want to take one, too.
Yeah, I'm going to take it because, I mean, the way I look at it, what can it hurt?
It can't hurt anything.
I ain't getting no call back anyway right now. So. Well, they going to double not call me back?
Jonnae, what's your audition experience?
Oh, my God. Like, something just takes over me, and it's so bad. It's like as I'm auditioning, I'm like, this is cringe.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I'm like reading weird. I'm like standing weird. I'm like, I just feel so, it's just an awkward.
You're not being you.
Yeah. And I be feeling
and
it.
They can see that.
I know.
And
I don't know how to shake it.
You know the key to booking?
What?
Being you.
I know.
Yeah. That's the
but
key
for
to
whatever reason, that
I used to watch this dude.
That's just what be happening.
I used to watch Justin be like, damn, this little dude on everything, man. Like, God damn, like, and he was.
Do you remember him from MTV?
No, I just remember him from.
Yeah, you remember that, huh?
I remember him from MTV.
I remember him from all movies. Yeah, I'm like, how the fuck he booking all these movies?
Yeah.
But he was just like he just figured it out.
Me and Ronnie Ray was sitting, and shout out to Ronnie Ray, another comic. Me and Ronnie Ray was sitting in the car.
Shout out to Ronnie. I love Ronnie Ray.
This was way before you even got your first major role. This was like right after Stomp the Yard. Mm-hmm. And we was like, who's the next person you think gonna blow? And we both was like, yo, it's Justin. Well, I'm lying because he only said it, but I knew it. No, I'm just fucking with you. But no, we said that we knew that you were probably gonna be the first one out of our group to fucking blow, and you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know, man.
You never know.
But you had it though. You got it though.
You know where I feel like I'm at right now?
Where you at?
Kevin Hart right after Soul Plane. That's where I feel like I'm at in my career right now. It's like, Rush Hour didn't hit like the same way Soul Plane didn't hit. Mm-hmm. I did have MacGyver. Kevin had his like straight to DVD run, and now I'm just trying to become a great stand-up comedian.
Yeah,
I want to become a great stand-up comedian. I want to keep developing the TV shows that I'm working on, and then I know that's gonna.
And but MacGyver I see did you how long?
5 seasons.
That's a long run
to
be a series
regular. I think I got all these cameras.
Yeah.
It was MacGyver money.
Yeah.
You talking about consistency, man. You've been consistent since circa day one, and that's
it goes back to what we were saying earlier. He was looking at my stand-up. I'm looking at his movie career. Like, dang, I want that. He looking at me like, man, I want to be funny like that. I'm like, no, I want to be acting like that.
That's a fact.
Because you always want, you know what I mean? It's just, that's just life, dog. Like, you're never going to have it all when you want it.
But I feel like after the day, You gonna get yours together as far as booking. You gonna get yours together as far as booking.
That.
You gonna get yours as far as being in the limelight again. And me,
right?
I'm gonna get mine together in film and television as well.
Yeah. Hey, I hope he
touching
get.
The group, man.
I hope he get an audition later today.
Hey,
I bet he do it too.
I actually
fuck.
Look,
not for real. Right.
I actually got one today for a movie. I ain't saying shit, but
hey, well, book it. God damn it.
I did, motherfucker.
Hey,
For real.
And on that note, I mean, this has been a phenomenal. What y'all got coming up, man? Anything we should look out for, whatever, or you know, let
I
us know.
just ended my. We just taped our last episode
Of the neighborhood.
Yeah, so I'm down till June, man. I'm just gonna kick back, relax,
Ooh.
develop. I'm developing a new show I did, and do some dates. That's pretty much it. Just chilling for a minute, man. You know how it is. You do them. What y'all did on MacGyver? 20.
Oh yeah, we was doing 22.
You know how that is.
Yeah.
When you rap, you be
But
like,
my 22 is
I'm
different than
chilling.
your 22.
Yeah, my 22 longer than yours.
Because you're a writer.
Yeah.
You ain't on
Yeah.
set for fucking 13, 15
True,
hours.
but we start 2 months before y'all.
Oh, this nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna find out.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. You gonna find out.
But the point is, you know, after that, you just want to chill for
That's
a
a
minute.
fact.
You don't want to do
shit.
nothing,
Yeah,
dog. Like,
that's a
you just
fact.
want to decompress. So
Yeah, man.
That's
Congrats
what I'm
on that.
doing.
That's big, bro.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Jonnae?
Look out for upcoming shows.
Oh, what's your socials real quick?
Malik S Comedy on everything. MALIKS Comedy on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. J Day, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, Grinder. I'm on everything.
Hey,
dog.
man,
I'm on
you know,
everything.
speak your
You
truth.
gotta be on everything.
Hey.
You
Speak
got-
your truth,
Because there probably
King.
is
Fans
some
are fans.
women on Grindr too.
Fans are fans. I'm not even on there for that. I just want them to know me.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
I'm not
smart.
even swiping or nothing. I'm just using it as another way to promote myself.
Genius.
No, it is genius.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
I'm on everything.
Yep.
Now, why somebody really try to find me on Grindr? He's lying.
Search.
Yeah.
Jonnae, my bad. What you doing? What you got?
All right. So yeah, keep up with me on socials at Jonnae the Queen on IG, Jonnae Thompson on everything else, where I post all of my upcoming shows. I got some dates coming up here in Los Angeles as well as San Diego. And look out, for me. I guess, I'm about to book, a series regular. So,
Nice.
look out.
Right.
We talking
Look
about
out, look out for me.
That's what we
you know what I'm
talking about.
saying?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yes.
That's right.
Gary?
Gary O'Neal, Gary Wayne O'Neal Jr. on Facebook. Gary.w._O'Neal.
Ain't nobody gonna follow that. Ain't nobody gonna follow that right there. I can tell you right now, ain't nobody
change
following
this
that.
shit after today.
That sounded like passwords.
Nobody following that.
Fuck my feelings. I actually just shot a movie with Lawrence Adisa Film. Shout out to Lawrence Adisa. It's called Night Games. It's coming to a platform soon. I am actually in the process of trying to get on Power Force. It's coming soon, 2024. And I'm performing Thursday. I'm actually getting back on stage once again.
I know. This
I
nigga, he's the king of the fall off.
I stop and go.
Every
That's
time I
okay.
see Gary, he's like, yeah, I'm going to get back on stage. I'm like, where you been?
That's okay.
But because I fell out of love with it, but I'm starting to slowly fall in love with it again.
Hey, man.
I'll be performing at the Starting Gate. It's at Los Alamitos.
Okay.
It's a Cochino. It's a cool room, cool venue.
Cochino, yeah.
So I'm there tomorrow, and we just gonna see what this thing do this time.
Hey, man, it's your man, Justin Hires, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the clips. You know what I'm saying? We out here, man. And if you've been offended by anything that we said today, just remember one thing. Fuck your feelings.
Want me down, I get it. Hate that I keep winning. Stab my back.